Hi, I'm Erin Madsen with 300dpi.com by DCWB. So you've learned how to mask and crop and all sorts of digital tricks, but are you still just wondering where to start? I'm going to show you how to make a digital page from start to finish, and when we're done, I know you'll be well on your way to starting your own digital creations. We're going to use a layout using the new Madly in Love kit by 300dpi.com, and I know you're going to love it.
The first thing we'll do when starting our start to finish page, we'll just open a new document. So we'll go to File and New. We want to make sure our width is 12 inches, our height is 12 inches, our resolution's 300 pixels per inch, color mode, RGB color, and these are just standard settings that I always have my pages at. So click OK, and here's our blank document. We're going to be using a kit called Madly in Love, which is a really fun, kind of like a rocker Valentine's kit, I like to think. But it's a really fun Valentine's love kit that I think appeals to a lot of people. I'm excited for you to see some of these elements. Our background paper is going to be this Valentine faint heart, so let's go ahead and open it. We're going to use our Move tool and hold down our Shift key and move it to the center of our page. I always kind of close out my pieces once I have them in my layout. It's kind of a personal preference, but I think it looks, I stay a little more organized that way. Okay, so here's our background paper, and I'm going to turn on our grids. There's a little icon that says View Extras, and if you click on Show Grids, it's kind of like an imaginary ruler, and it's an awesome tool to have when you're doing things and you want to be precise about something, which we're going to be right now. We're going to have a cluster of 4 3x3 squares right down here in the bottom right hand of our corner. But we want each square to be on its own layer because it's going to be a mask. So I'm going to start with a new layer and click on my rectangle marquee tool, which is second from the top. And I'm going to start my first square at the 4 and the 8. And up here I have my fixed size, 3 inches by 3 inches. So I'm not going to have to deal with dragging to make the right size, which will be nice. So, okay, we want to get it right there. It's my first square. We want to click the paint bucket tool and fill it. It doesn't matter what color we're using. A new layer will be selected. We'll do our second one. Click back on the rectangle marquee. They're all going to be a ½ inch apart, so we will just do our cluster of 4 squares, new layer, and marquee tool. And our last layer here. Isn't it nice to have these grids on? Another great pro with digital scrapbooking. Okay, so we have our 4 masks that we're going to use. We're going to have 4 different pattern papers behind our masks. So let's go ahead and get those out. Control open. The printed papers in these kits are really fun. Let's hold down the Shift key as we highlight the 4 papers that we want to open. When I have multiple papers that I'm getting in the layout all at once, I go to Window, Arrange, Tile, and it puts them all in just little squares, so it's easy to just kind of drag each paper over. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll go ahead and close out my papers and enlarge my layout. Okay, so we're just going to drag our papers and place them above the mask that we want it to fill. So I want my blue one in the bottom right. I want the pink one, the top left, and really you could do them wherever you wanted. My stripe's going to be on the bottom left, and my heart will be on the top right. Then we'll just hold down our Alt key and hover between the 2 layers and click. and that is going to mask our patterned paper behind our squares that we made. Okay, see how easy? This stripe one's a little tricky. If you highlight it, you can actually drag it around and get the part of the stripe that you really want. So I want some of that in there. So let's do it right about there. I think that looks good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my grid now, because now that I have my squares in, I don't think I need it. We're going to put in our picture next, so let's Control open and find the picture that you want to use. And just a simple change, we're going to just convert it to black and white. So we'll go down to our black and white cookie and do black and white. Easy, easy. If you want to make any adjustments, feel free. Hey, I think it looks great. So I'm going to merge these two layers so that the black and white is only affecting my photo and not my whole layout. Okay, real quick, I'm going to change the image size by doing a fixed ratio. I'm going to go to image size, and I know I want an 8-inch width. The height doesn't matter as much. I have that constrained proportion, so it automatically changed my height. Click OK, and we'll drag the picture in. Looks good. Remember, we don't want to save the changes. And we will just drag the photo to the top of the layers so we can have it on top of our photos, on top of our squares. Okay, another cool thing, while you have your photo selected, we're going to just put a thin mat behind it. Really easy. Go to Edit and Stroke, and you can kind of play around. 10 pixels is about average of what I use. You can go thicker or thinner if you want. I always click on the outside, so it's going to go around the outside of my picture. My foreground color is black, which is what I want. Hit OK, and I have a simple little mat. Next, we're going to pull in our some of our title. There's some really cute alphabet letters in the kit. So I'm going, since they're not all in a row, I'm going to click on one and hold down my Command key and just grab the ones I need. So Shift and holding it will get them all in a row, but if they're not all in a row, you'll use your Command key. We'll open those. I'm going to drag them all in. V O L E. Okay, they're going to go down here. I think the size looks good.